here I come, you can't hide.
Game 4 of 4 of day 2 of the NPA Nationals. Danilo Juricic jumping it up.
Clear size differential in favor of CTA, but the pedigree is in favor of St. Mike's. They know what it takes to win. They have been winning for years and are fresh off an OFSAA championship.
Kobe Lamb misses an early shot. Talking to head coach Jeff Zauner. Coming off another OFSAA title, but also coming off a March break. So they're just back to practice this week. He said they were terrible Monday, a little better Tuesday, good Wednesday, better Thursday. Well, we're here on Friday. Let's see how they bring it. I think with this St. Mike's squad, if they get past this opening game with a win, they can get rolling. But they're up to this CTA squad. And there's Danilo Juricic cutting back door for the basket and the bump. Jason Tom here alongside Tarek Sabit. And I'll tell you, I've called a lot of St. Mike's games. Two things. One, it's the closest I've been since we call all of them up top. Look like a different team when you're down floor level. It's also the first time in about 3.5 months I've been able to call a game with Danilo Juricic. He's been out with an elbow injury, made it back for OFSAAs, and was obviously a huge part of that title win. But it's very nice to be able to see a St. Mike's squad as they were meant to be, with Danilo Juricic as the centerpiece. Great to see you, Coach. Saying hello to U Sports champion, head coach Dave Smart in the house, along with a bunch of other sports programs. An early time out here on the floor. CTA wants to talk about things. A tasty matchup here on the Nightcap. Live game action. Turnover, tough pass from Sam Routens down low to Juricic. Crashing the glass is David Muya. He's fouled hard by Joshua Asamoah. Muya throws a little shoulder his way. It's funny, you mentioned CTA has a size advantage, but really, especially after the other teams we've seen play here today, it's probably the closest St. Mike's does have in not having a size disadvantage. So it's probably a somewhat favorable round matchup for them. Because if they're coming off a week-long break and they had to take on somebody who had a size of, say, a BC Christian, that would have been quite.
I think with they do have size, but what's probably. You got a lot of Australian, not a lot, I don't say a lot, but you have a Sudanese Australian in.
The Kanku on one end, Kaleem Sarazin on the other. And that's a kid I haven't been able to see play yet. He was out with a wrist injury earlier in the season when they came down to Toronto for the Holiday Classic. Danilo Djuricic taking it hard to the rim. A lot of contact. And no call on Manel Ayal. Mulia can't get it to go. Asamoah pulls down the board. Kobe Lamb, pull-up jumper. No good. St. Mike's trying to shake off the rust in the early going. First subs off the bench for St. Mike's. Shamilia Chibatutu, who's a clutch shooter for this squad. I think you'll probably find him camped out in the corner. And then Atik Jalal also checking in. Jalal has really come into his own, providing some size for St. Mike's. Grady Kanku called for the foul.
Sarazin was injured for much of the season, but we got a glimpse of him in Windsor at the league-wide session where he really made his mark, and he hasn't looked back since.
They are really bodying up charge. And Yaki Alvarez stepping in to draw the charge. Early on, Jeff Zauner working the officials, saying my big man has gotten hit in 3 straight possessions and no whistles.
Well, St. Mike's does a good job of positioning. You know, they're gonna beat you with smarts, and they're gonna stand their ground to draw the charge.
Jeff Zauner trying to pick his battles because that was an uncalled goaltend, but he kept quiet about it, just kind of looked at the officials with his hands out, trying to be smart about it. He knows it's a long game ahead of him. Can't get on the officials' bad side this early.
Yeah, CTA is going to continue to run and gun at every opportunity. It's going to be a real test for St. Mike's, and we'll see how Danilo reacts. It's a good matchups outside, and then establish himself as a threat. And once he does that, he can pump fake on you and take you to the rim. So, right, guarded by talent in his own right. So a nice matchup right there.
St. Mike's offense is just a pleasure to watch. The screens off the ball, passing to the spot. The Yanaki Alvarez fouled on the floor. You know, St. Mike's is really like the same. But at this point of the season, every one of that extended bench know this system, know this offense. I'm always partial to those offenses where you pass to the spot knowing the player's going to be there.
Well, it's a team that's going to look to space out the floor, get their shots up, establish Danilo down low to really open the floor up for the rest of the team as far as three-point shooters go. And each year, we kind of watch a different version of St. Mike's Blue Raiders. In the past, it's been more guard-oriented, where that's where the offense is going, a la Dwayne Notice, a Malcolm DeVivier, a Nelson Caputo, a Godwin Bowen. And they still do have very... But with Danilo there, you got to make sure he's getting his touches.
And it was interesting, doing so many of their games when Danilo was injured, you saw their guards do. You know, this is a team that shoots 30 or 40 threes a game, and they were so guard heavy because that's where they're. So I'm excited to see what they can do and what they do with a healthy Danilo in the lineup. And you see it so often in every sport. You know, a main player's out with injury, other guys step up, and it only improves their skill level. Kaleem Sarazin, another player who missed a lot of the season due to injury. cashing in from downtown, and that's answered by Iñaki Alvarez, who was pure with that from range.
Alvarez, super confident, never hesitates. This is his ability, whether it's breaking it down off the dribble or shooting the 3-ball.
Interesting. Juricic didn't get called on the offensive foul and then had his jersey pulled from the back. Didn't get called by that either. Officials letting him play in the early going, and it's a 9-6 lead for CTA Capital. The age-old Ottawa-Toronto basketball rivalry, this time in the high school level. Sam Rounds, no good.
He's been one of their studs in the running for an all-star team here for the MPA. Finishes in transition.
Alvarez, little hesitation dribble, pull-up jumper, no good. Different team, obviously with a healthy Kaleem Sarazin. And just with the coaches and the players, this is a first-year program, right? And you're up against St. Mike's squad that's at the right time.
And you got to credit Tony House, the architect of this program, like you said, in their first year, but they haven't been hesitant when it comes to recruitment front. Eyes, the length, but talking to Tony House, it's been about establishing culture, and doing things the right way. Meaning, if a kid is talented, but academically he's struggling, guess what? He's sitting out, because at the end of the day, it's about building those long-lasting, sending those long-lasting messages versus winning a game.
3:18 to go here in the opening quarter. Everything. Kobe Lamb. Back-to-back turnovers. It's a 7-point lead. And this will be our last opportunity to be able to, or this tournament will be the last opportunity to be able to talk about one of the stars of this program, Danilo Juricic.
Going to Harvard next season. Of course, a high academic student, part of the national team program. Also selected to the BioSteel All-Canadian game happening next week. Juricic, 6'7", 6'8" forward. Can hit it from the outside. He's a superb shot blocker and a really versatile defender. He's going to guard some 4s, going to guard some 3s. Could even guard some 5s with his toughness.
A silent assassin out there. And what I love about Juricic as well, this season battling an elbow injury that he probably could have. They were very smart with him, knowing he had the Harvard season coming up next year. Got him right. And also, talking to head coach Jeff Zauner, is an opportunity to maybe expand other parts of his game, not on the floor, allowing him to become more of a vocal leader, helping his teammates, not on player, and a more mature person in general, having to put up with an obstacle such as that, an injury that set him back on the floor. David Muya going to the line. He's taking one.
The house now, adding to the CIS programs, youth sports programs that have been in to recruit. Head coach Chris Cheng just walked in. He's recruiting some players here in the NPA.
Nipissing University just had their first graduate going to the professional level as well. Joey Puttister playing professionally with the Scarborough Basketball Club. Just a quick thank you to the BA Nationals, the UTM Eagles, their first season in the OCAA. They have a great facility here to house that program, Mississauga Hoops. Aiden Warnholtz driving kick, Sarazin. Contested 3, Warnholtz gets it back down low, Muya just putting in some heavy work down low. Be interesting to see if he can keep that cardio up, as he's played this whole first quarter, and it's been some heavy lifting for the big man down low.
Great defense there by Manel Ayala on Juricic. Looks like his length and foot speed affecting Juricic as Kyle Duke, the young gun, taking it to the rim with the lefty.
Kyle Duke really had a coming out party in the first NPA streamed game of the season earlier this year. Was outstanding in that game. Warnholtz from range. He can count it, pushing the lead back up to 7. CTA's defense doing a number on Mulia. And this is what St. Mike's does. They can just wear you down. This is some early foul trouble for CTA that can really help stem the tide for a game that really was going all CTA's way in the opening 8 minutes.
Oh, and as you say that, I think CTA is doing the same thing, wearing St. Mike's down with their speed. And obviously you want to play to your personnel. You have a lot of guys for positions that could really run and gun.
Muon Reith, the 9th grader, just checked in for CTA.
Adil. Congrats.
Warnholtz again from range. Same spot. Aiden Warnholtz, one of those guys who doesn't stand out all the time, but man, he can be absolutely lethal from range and a great floor general as well.
No doubt a 2019 point guard with a high IQ. Really fundamentally sound. Still building his consistency, but has been a key component. And arguably maybe the only pure point guard on this team that looks to pass first, but can certainly not.
From the ball here, it's quite obvious what's happening. Manel Ayal is holding Danilo Juricic away from the ball at every opportunity. And Juricic is just starting to get annoyed with this. 23 is Manel Ayal in the red.
Great defense right there. Manel Ayal bringing it to the Juricic. Matches him in size. Got some great length.
But I like this too, because the coaching staff for CTA went over to Manel Ayal and told him to bring it back a little bit, because you don't want to wake the sleeping bear in Danilo Juricic, who just came back. Defense.
An interesting story coming from Australia, Sudanese descent, going over to the States, and then finding his way to Canada. Similar path as Thon Maker. He's a guy that is, of course, seeking that NCAA scholarship. He picked up his first offer from Robert Morris University, the school that he'll visit in the coming weeks. Started off slow and really has picked it up through the course. Month by month, he's gotten better. He's gotten more aggressive. Has found his spot on the CTA squad.
CTA with a 6-point lead. Under 40 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. They have to be happy with what they've been able to accomplish here in the opening quarter. CTA has finished the year strong, earning themselves a 3 seed. The top 2 seeds in this tournament have already advanced to the championship bracket. So far, we have not had an upset. Kobe Lamb. Basket plus the foul. After a couple of tough turnovers in the early going, that's got to feel good for Lamb. And going to the line, opportunity to cut this lead back down to 4. He does just that. $16 for CTA after the opening 10 minutes. A little 2-minute break, and we'll be back with second quarter action.
You can't teach hard, ever. We're here to Where's the door?
We're about to jump into the deepest talent pool that we've ever had. In most recent history, we've seen guys like Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Christian David, Abu Kigab, Jaylen Warren, all have phenomenal showcases which led to an increase in their exposure and an increase in their recruitment. That is by nature what North Pole Hoops provides at these camps. But I want to put it into perspective on just how much exposure you can get in 3 days at camp. A report goes out to over 100 NCAA coaches, CIS, JUCO, CCAA, and most recently we're being contacted more by NBA personnel. Then there's 100,000 in viewership on NorthPoleHoops.com. Then there's the live stream that goes on. Bang for the buck, there is no other camp that I've seen in North America that provides this much exposure.
Live game action, second quarter, 22-16, and Yaki Alvarez turned it over after the crossover, back the other way. Lots of contact down low. Back the other way, Sam Routens protecting the ball. Man, Sam Routens can add that to his game. That would be impressive. Cutting the lead down to 4. Sarazen finds Ayal. Nice pass, but no finish from McCott. Kobe Lamb bring back for St. Mike's. Front rim and out. Didn't have the legs under him on that one. His first 2 shots were pure. That one was not. Nice pass, but Nana Boateng had it go right through his hands. And there's Sam stepping in for the steal. Back the other way. He knew the contact was coming. Going to the line to shoot 2. Really solid minute 15. Really solid minute 15 from Sam Routens. Going to the line, opportunity to cut this lead back down to 2. St. Mike's sticking around as CTA really had a great first quarter. Routens hits them both. Warren Holtz pounding the rock over the half-court line. Nigel Kuma-Minta gets it back to Warren Holtz. Back to Kuma-Minta. Some cross-court passes. Minta from downtown pushing that lead back up to 5. Sam Routens driving and dishing. What did I say about that corner 3 ball from Chimeli Chibatutu?
You know too much, Jay. You've watched too many St. Mike's games. Got the scouting report on lock.
Front rim and out. Ooh, offensive rebound from Kanku, but he threw it out of bounds. I know I've said it a lot today, but what great parity in this league, man. Every game, back and forth. No blowouts in this opening round of the NPA National Championship. Another great job, Alvarez with the steal. Waiting for his teammates to catch up. Doesn't have the numbers, want to be smart about it. Sam Routens triggers and cashes. I mean, you could not have asked for a better 2.5 minutes from Sam Routens to start the second quarter.
Designated sniper for the Blue Raiders, and you can't leave him open, not because just he can shoot it, but he's a quick trigger guy, so you're gonna have to close out immediately.
And he just picked up, I think that's his 3rd steal of this second quarter, and he finds the corner camp Chibatutu, but can't catch that one. This St. Mike's 5 has brought them back to even, and Jeff Zauner's looking to capitalize on that by bringing in 5 brand depth. And I mean, that's 5 guys came in. Another hockey reference in the gym.
Can't get away from it.
We can't get away from it. 3:20 gone here in the second quarter, tied at 25. That's what makes St. Mike's dangerous. And look at this defense from the fresh bodies brought on the floor. You expect MPA is all about parity.
My job as a national scout is to identify the prospects at camp and make sure that we track their progress throughout the high school season, the club, and AAU season. From there, we build a profile for them online through our database and make sure that these kids are getting ranked are absolutely a vital part of this camp. We got All-Americans, All-Canadians, guys who have been drafted to the NBA, people like Kyle Julius, who's currently coaching professionally, Mike Kabongo, All-American. They kind of set the foundation and provide the blueprint to these prospects that come in and are looking for exposure and development. Are you a top prospect? Are you underrated or just looking for competition? If you are, register today at showcase.northpolehoops.com. As always, game speaks.
Another finish, this time in transition. He's having himself a game.
On the attack all the way.
Tied at 25. Juricic got tripped up by his new arch nemesis in Manel Ayal, who has been in his pocket the entire game.
He's pulling a Tyronn Lue versus Allen Iverson, is shadowing Danilo Juricic. You got to give him a credit, doing a great job defensively.
I think you just showed your age with that reference right there.
It's all good. I'm 27. I'll say it.
Ooh, Jalal almost tracked that one down. I'm really interested to see how Juricic responds to this shadow that he's had on him in this game. Tied at 25, his team just fine without him. Juricic, the Harvard commit, still without a point in this game. But that's the strength of this team. Kyle Duke setting up the offense. We're back after some technical difficulties. Aiden Warnholtz hit from downtown. And the lead back up to 5. We got you covered. You didn't miss much. Those were the 5 points that you missed. 32-27 for the team from the nation's capital, CTA, the 3-seeded Canadian Top Flight Academy. A 10-5 record in the NPA. St. Mike's, the 6th seed, as they were just 5-4 in the NPA, playing a heavy OFSA schedule. Speaking of heavy, Grady Cancu just sent that out in the parking lot. Go get that out from underneath the tire of the SUV. Spiked. Sam Routens, who provided quite a spark early in this second quarter. And Juricic, no good. Back the other way. Sam Routens steps in trying to draw the charge. Gets called on the block and foul.
Manel Ayal, an X factor in this game, has the shackles on to Juricic. And credit Cancu on the off-ball defense, I should say. An elite level defender at 6'5", but plays more like he's 6'8", 6'9".
Warnholtz gets into the lane. Juricic tried to draw the charge. Not to be. Put back is good, leads up to 7. Kobe Lamb going 1-on-5. Ooh, that's a travel or a foul. Travel call. Timeout. You were talking about the X Factor here tonight, Manel Ayal.
Yeah, as mentioned, originally from Australia, went to the States last year and came back here to, not came back, but stepped into Canada, looking to pursue a scholarship, has done that, and a guy that's just been huge for CTA defensively. We haven't really talked too much about his offense, but he's a guy that can stretch it out, hit the 3-ball, attack the rim, and really does a lot of work in transition. But today it's been his defense on Danilo Djuricic that has given CTA the edge so far.
He's held Djuricic scoreless in this game, which is pretty impressive. That was Tarek just double checking with me that Danilo hasn't scored, hasn't gotten to the line. That's more surprising to me, is that he hasn't gotten to the line, to be honest with you. The amount of work that he does off the ball, on the ball, but they've denied him an awful lot as well. And that's, I think, what was getting to him in the early going, that deny really seemed to maybe cross the line a couple of times into foul territory, but just didn't get the calls. But you have to got St. Mike's kind of over the hump to get it back to a tie game. But here we are again, CTA back up by 7, really having everybody on the floor step up and do a little something. Alvarez working off the Djuricic screen. And a foul call. Took 17 minutes into the game for Danilo Djuricic to get a foul call. Good defense.
And Ayala has such good foot speed that he's meeting Danilo at where he wants to go.
But right there, you might have saw just a huge turning point. Ayala now down with 3 fouls. One of those came on the offensive end, couple on D. And now Djuricic
Free to do what he wants.
doesn't have his shadow covering him anymore. And it's Djuricic getting after it on the offensive end, battling on the glass, but you can see the frustration in his face. I think he just needs to see that ball go through the rim. Kobe Lamb working on Warren Holtz, back up top. Alvarez. Wow, now the foul calls are coming hot and heavy for CTA. That whistle, that whistle got loosened up pretty quick. 2:30, 2:29 left, here to go. And suddenly, CTA finds himself in the bonus in the way that the St. Mike's team can shoot free throws. That can change things quickly. Alvarez cashes them both. Ooh, that's an over and back. That was, oh, there we go. Call is made. Ref just was a little later on the call. That ball actually hit right on the mid-court line, half-court line. Turnover. Kobe Lamb calling out the play.
Wow. CTA all over to Djuricic, and it's not just Manel Ayal.
Yep.
They clearly got the scouting report down.
And Sam Routens was wide open on the wing waiting for that pass, but it got stripped by Warren Holtz. And another strip clean right there by CTA. Back the other way. Can't get the finish to go. Alvarez looking over his shoulder. Chiba Tutu, drive, kick. Sam Routens a little short on that attempt. .146 to go here in the first half. Our final game of the second day of the MPA National Championship Tournament. We had a play-in game last night. Everything that was going CTA's way on offense early has changed around for them. Alvarez, but smacked it off the back of the backboard.
Gotta love the effort there. Didn't give up on the play.
1:18 left. It's going to be a battle, and once again, by the time we hit time, we're going to have another close game, as they have all been here today. 3-ball is good from Jackson Bales.
And Bales, that's what he can do. He's on the floor to do one thing, that's shoot the basketball. I mean, he gets going with his confidence. It can spell trouble for St. Mike's.
Iñaki Alvarez just silky smooth on the drives. Has that ball on a string. Such a crafty player, one of those guys that doesn't look like he's going fast, even though he seems to get to where he wants. And remember earlier in the year, he didn't seem to be taking the correct angles a lot of times. He seemed to be easily cut off. And it seemed to, at least just in watching, it seems to have improved as the year has progressed.
Yeah, no, it's experience. He's getting good experience against a high level of competition, and he's picking his spots, slowing down tempo, speeding it up, and he's got that change of pace that he's in full control of. Again, he's not going to beat you with freak athleticism or blinding speed, but he picks his spots, no doubt.
I did not know Chibatutu had that in his game. That was a nice finish in transition, cutting the lead down to 6. Final 30 seconds here are going to be big for both of these teams. Warnholtz, well short. Kobe Lamb comes up with a loose ball. St. Mike's has time, 15 seconds to go. What can they work in the final seconds of this first half to get themselves sent into the locker room on a positive note? Kobe Lamb, Warnholtz sends it back. And it's CTA that will carry the momentum into the locker room. Another great defensive stand from the crew from the nation's capital. Aiden Warnholtz with a stuff. 37-31 for CTA.
How long have you been playing basketball? The Health Institute started with myself working within a existing practice. I saw a lot of young athletes coming in with very chronic injuries, back pain, shoulder pain, and I just didn't understand what the reason was for that. So I decided to follow one of my patients to a practice, and at that time I noticed that there was some very poor exercise prescription provided by the coaching staff. I decided to start a mobile-based practice where I was going out on the field and observing what was being done and providing treatments that way. And that's pretty much how we started until we were fortunate enough to establish a relationship with the Academy of Learning, Strength and Conditioning, and we opened up this facility together. And we named it the facility.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, we offer a range of services from manual therapy, which could include massage therapy, physical therapy, chiropractic, and acupuncture. We also offer rehab exercises programs, which we do out on the training floor. That can involve core strengthening, knee rehabilitation, shoulder, low back, any area of the body. We also do a group training program, which we have one specific for women. We call it the Blueprint Training Program. We also offer it to men as well. We work in conjunction with, as I mentioned, our partners, Academy of Learning, Strength and Conditioning, to help assistance of football players move on to their post-secondary dreams of playing football down south. We work with young athletes. We work with weekend warriors, which are between the age of 25 and 45, golden warriors, which are 45 and plus, professional athletes, celebrities, and entertainers. So anyone who's physically active and who's interested in getting better at what they do, we're here to help. Within our facility, to encourage each other to do well, and that is obviously a mental and a social aspect to physical activity.
Last one.
The Health Institute is different because we use exercise as a means to get our patients better. It's a simple model that we use is exercise is medicine. So every single person, no matter who comes in, we categorize them in 2 different ways. Either they're injured or not. And if they're not injured, we're taking them out on the training floor to assess what their fitness level is. If a person is injured, we obviously take a different approach with regards to that. We need to assess what the injury is. We use problem-based solving techniques to do that, evidence-based therapy to take care of the injury, and then eventually we want to progress them to the training floor. And again, exercise is medicine, and that's how we keep them fit and strong. This is the lateral portion, the outside portion of your ankle, right? I'm hoping that if you can see right there, remember when I touched the front part of your ankle right there, you said it hurt a lot? and then you also touch that. I touch the bottom part here, and I touch that part right there. So it's those two structures that have been injured. So we're gonna really work on your intrinsic foot muscles, and that's gonna help with your balance, and it's also gonna help with your game when you come back to play.
Good.
I broke my thumb playing basketball, and right away Dr. J contacted me, and he said that you need to come to the Health Institute, come rehab, get back to 100%, and I met up with him 3 times a week, and on weekends I met up with some of the other staff, and it was just a lot of strength training for my thumb, a lot of grip stuff, a lot of hand-eye coordination, a lot of stress ball grabbing, and just really getting my strength back.
That's it.
The staff is great, and they really push you to perform at the best of your abilities, and you really, if you take it serious and you go through it hard, you'll see the results in the end.
Just remember to breathe.
So this is the facility's treatment room. Melissa is conducting a massage therapy appointment with a patient of ours who's been experiencing some mid-back and shoulder pain.
Feels okay? Beyond the physical benefits of massage, clients who come in and get regular treatment will find an overall reduction in stress levels, and overall improvement of circulation and blood flow, and that's just something that's beneficial to everybody's health and wellness.
We just posted a pretty good piece on when to use heat and when to use ice on our Facebook page. Well, my love for the Health Institute, obviously, number one, is because of something that I created from start. With my partner Guisa Ahmed, we had a vision for this facility and for the Health Institute in general. We're very gracious that Scarborough has embraced us thus far, and we want to make sure that we can provide our passion and love for physical activity to everyone.
They've always had quality intramural teams, so now they have their own varsity team in the OCAA, so everybody's pretty excited. You know, our expectations are obviously within reason. It's a first-year program, so we're definitely trying to build the culture first and then, you know, recruit athletes that are going to fit into our style of play. I enjoyed the OCAA game. I was an assistant coach at Centennial for the last 3 years. The fact that it was a new program, that was very intriguing. Just me personally, I love challenges and I like to build things from the ground up. Everybody knows that U of T is one of the best schools in the world. So the fact that, you know, you can be a part of a varsity program and then have a U of T degree, it goes a long way. You know, I just think it's going to provide a great opportunity for some of the local Peel region kids to know that there's a viable program just down the street. If, you know, they're more of a homebody and they don't want to go away for school, we have a viable program here. Academically, it's one of the best, so it's a great option for kids that are in the local area. To also be a part of, you know, the MPA championships to further basketball in this country it's exciting because everybody knows the last 10 years has been huge for basketball in Canada. So the fact that we could be a part of the inaugural championships is really a great thing for us.
Welcome back home, baby.
Kyle from 3.
Woo! He's going hot right now.
There he is again.
Microwave.
Don't mean to interrupt. Excuse me, Kyle Duke. Trying to hog the spotlight. We're just trying to give some other guys some shine. Kyle Duke says, don't forget about me and my Jays. Kyle Duke Simpson with a little step back Jimmy.
Jam there in transition. Goes for the two-hand jam. Baseline. Attack, nice finish right around the rim.
A lifelong friend of those two. Oh! How about that nasty from Jashawn Henry? He is not messing around.
Are you looking for X Level by live broadcasting with North Pole Hoops? Promotion, game film, play of the day, and much more. Email us at info@northpolehoops.com for further details.
Thank you, Victor Paulo. Welcome back to the second half, 37-31 for CTA. A little pressure from St. Mike's right off the hop. Grady Cancu shows everybody what he thinks about that. Can't get it to go. Iñaki Alvarez over midcourt finds Danilo Djuricic, who I was mistaken actually had 3 points in that first half. I originally said he was scoreless. He had the first basket of the game for St. Mike's, but after that, Manel Ayal did a number on him. Legally or illegally, depending on how you looked at it. Ayal was a huge factor in that first half, getting CTA up by 6. Djuricic with 3. Kobe Lamb had 10 points. Meanwhile, CTA just really spreading the love. 7 points from Ayal. Aiden Warnholtz had 3. Was it David Mulia? 0 of 4 from the line. Something to think about later on as free throws become that much more important as the game progresses.
Yeah, and he's not a great free throw shooter or shooter, period. He's a guy that gets his work done down low, eats up space on the boards on both ends.
Got to hit free throws if you're doing your work down low, though.
No question, because otherwise, you know St. Mike's going to take advantage.
There is the aforementioned Mulia working on Djuricic, picking up the foul call. And here he is going to the line now. The positive there for CTA, you're getting Djuricic picking up a foul. But I'm sure the CTA coaching staff, led by Aaron Blakely, is going to want to see their big man get a couple from the line to make him feel a little bit more comfortable. And there you go. You see Djuricic going to the bench early. Has not been a good start to this tournament for the Harvard commit.
I like the strategy. Immediately, second half kicks off. Muia gets it down low. Confident move. Very often we're seeing more hybrid type of forwards, guys that want to step out and shoot it. Oh, this guy, he's
St. Mike steps out of bounds, coming down with the loose ball. Really nothing going St. Mike's way in the early going, but they're still down by just 6. Wow, Juricic right back into the game.
That was quick. Nigel, we want to credit Nigel Kumaminta out of British Columbia. A great role player, understands what he provides to this team, knocks down the open threes, plays solid defense. Number 0 in red for CTA. We talked about CTA, Jay, of how they have all the pieces of the puzzle to get it done and get that national championship.
And could be peaking at the right time after struggling in the early going of their NPA season. They've definitely gotten it together. Iñaki Alvarez, ooh, nice move, nice pass. Iñaki Alvarez, he's crafty, dropping a shine. Mark goes to Alvarez. Too many passes that time, and CTA trying to take advantage in transition. Travel goes uncalled. Sam Routen's almost turned it over, but keeps the handle. Foul on the floor. Aiden Warnholtz doesn't know what he did there to deserve that. Warnholtz the leading scorer in this entire game right now with 11 points. CTA won't want to see him pick up too many of those little ticky-tack fouls. Kyle Duke inbounding. Finds Juricic. Great defense, Grady Kanku. Ball poked away again. Back the other way. Going to the line to shoot 2 will be Kaleem Sarazin.
Not his day today. The Juricic looks frustrated out there, but they were still within striking distance, only down 4. Lots of basketball to be played. I'd like to see him take a couple shots from the perimeter. He typically does and can shoot it with efficiency, but has just been doing a lot of work down low.
Generally speaking, I mean, it's not surprising to see St. Mike's take 43-pointers a game. They don't seem to be generally taking as many long-range shots in this game. Outside of St.
But you got to credit CTA's defense. They're closing out nicely. They've got their hands out. They're making it difficult for St. Mike's to get shots up.
They definitely have done their homework. This CTA coaching staff scouted them very well and have executed that game plan thus far. Kobe Lamb takes it off the inbounds. And no good from Atik Jalal. And there's Nigel Kumaminta, always bothering on the defensive end. Kyle Duke almost picked that pass off. It's like they're trying to get it down low, and that's an easy offensive foul call. David Mulia with the push-off. Still a 6-point lead here for CTA. 4 fouls now for David Mulia. And then they bring IL back in, who already has 3. You know, I hate to see fouls be a deciding factor, but this is something to keep an eye on as this game progresses. Sam Routen's with the handle. Kobe Lamb, that is a tough pass to try to throw. No surprise, that results in a turnover. And no surprise that Grady Kanku throws it down with some power.
Boy out of Montreal, Quebec. No, we got a couple players from that region, the QC region, really athletic. Know how to finish above the rim.
And Juricic didn't want to pick up his 4th, allowing another transition basket. CTA now up 10. Keep it locked right here on the stream. We'll be back with 3rd quarter action.
I'm Jalen Warren. I'm mic'd up for North Pole Hoops. You guys want to act up now because I got a mic on me. David's scared. David's scared. David, you ready for this game?
I guess so.
You're so. It can hear you, eh? It can hear you. I'm Jalen Warren. I'm mic'd up for North Pole Hoops. I said it like 3 times. I thought I was gonna mess up. I can't be cussing no more. I can't be cussing no more. All you can hear is beep, 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 beep. Yo, it's come on hard, though, for real. Oh. Get out, man. Josh, come. You that. That's a block. Oh. Hey. That's good D, boy. That's good D. Jackson, if I call 40 and I'm dribbling at you, go through. Because I'm trying to give it to Josh on the post.
CTA has pushed their lead up to 10, really executing their game plan to perfection. It has been impressive to watch. St. Mike's now looking for some foul calls, and it's not coming. Frustration starting to rear its ugly head a little bit for the OFSA champs. And as Tarek had mentioned earlier, CTA with all the pieces to make a run to the championship game, and all these pieces really seem to be peaking at the same time in a positive fashion. They've really seemed to be in control start to finish of this game so far.
Grady Kanku, the latest spark for CTA. Still got another year left if he wants it. And it just shows you what CTA has the potential to become.
The other. And Yaki Alvarez back the other way. Leads back up to 7. Midway through the third quarter. Saracen no good. Box out by Chiba Tutu. Rebound from Duke. Very smart play right there. Grady Kanku stepping in for the charge. Kyle Duke had his head down.
One of the premier defenders in the league. Saw him earlier swatting shots. This time stepping up for the charge. Can get you extra possessions in a lot of different ways.
Running off the screen. Foul on Kyle Duke. Saracen going to the line to shoot 2. Cash in the first, pushing that lead up to 8. Much like TBA in that last game. CTL looking very close, confident.
CTL, who's CTL?
CTA. Up top, Alvarez working on Kuma Minta. Minta cutting him off. Kyle Duke loses it. 6 on the shot clock. Gonna have to force something. Chiba Tutu back to Sam Routens.
Good as soon as it left his hands.
Tell you right now, there's one guy who should be getting the ball when it comes to needing a score right now, and that's Sam Routens. No one else on this team has really been consistent. Maybe Iñaki Alvarez. And there's the block. Up ahead, Kyle Duke. Heard footsteps, almost lost it off the rim. Just like that, St. Mike's has cut that lead to 4. This is that OFSA championship pedigree. They know how to play from behind. They know what to do when the pressure's on.
Kyle Duke, the future class of 2021.
Saracen back rimming out. Rebound Ayal. Warnholtz now with the rush. A wide open Kuma Minta. Jira, the corner camper. Chiba Tutu.
Uncle Mo. Momentum is shifting right now.
Tim Warnholtz has been silent in this second half after leading the way in the first half. So they go down low. Can't get it to go. Head man up. Kyle Duke back out to Sam Routens. Ooh, I thought he was going to take that step back. Chiba Tutu, no good. Leaking out down the floor, cut off. Nice move, Kuma Minta calming the crowd.
Floater game 100.
all over Sam Routens. St. Mike's going to get the ball back. I'll tell you right now, CTA's foul trouble is going to hurt him. Warnholtz with 4. David Mulia already on the bench with 4. Manele all playing with 3 right now.
CTA playing aggressive basketball, and it's definitely affected St. Mike's offense, but at the same token, it's affected their foul count.
Canada Top Flight Academy, the 3 seed, the 10-5, and have been playing great basketball coming into this tournament. Really played well in this first half. Right now with a 3-point lead, looking to build on it. Nigel Kumaminta, no good. And Yaki Alvarez, Chibatutu dribbles it off his foot, gets it back, finds Kyle Duke into the corner. Sam Routens that would have tied the game. And LA All foul called on Chibatutu. Kobe Lamb checking in for Sam Routens.
Yeah, one thing you're seeing from the CTA squad is they really enjoy playing with each other. You can tell that they're a tight-knit group, and that's key. We talked about different pieces of a championship team. They're looking like one right now, but St. Mike's is thinking otherwise.
Got to hit their free throws, Tarek.
They've been struggling all
That
game,
championship team doesn't miss free throws like that. They can change it around, but as of right now, if they're not hitting free throws, they're not going to win a national title. Back the other way, Kobe Lamb with 2. St. Mike's has not been tied or led since the opening from deep. Offensive rebound got back. Nice steal by Chibatutu. He has numbers, but keeps it himself. Should have gave it up to Kyle Duke, but didn't see him. Getting it right back, and then a foul. Kaleem Sarazin. I don't know how many that is on Sarazin, but that's another guy that you wouldn't want to see lost in this game. When I last saw CTA, they were without Sarazin. Wow, what a different team with a player of his caliber in the lineup.
Yeah, he just really took them to a whole new level. A big part of the run that they made, 10 straight wins to end the season after starting 0-5. Finished with a 10-5 overall record.
And Yaki Alvarez has not missed a free throw today, and free throws just gave St. Mike's a 50-49 lead. We're in for a ball game here, folks. Stay tuned. We'll be back very shortly.
Hey! Wake up, man. Invert. Oh! Oh! And one! Oh! And one, ref! And one! Get up, boy. Let's go, boy. Good D, boy. Hey, head up. Head up, D. Yeah! Let's go! Oh! Good pass, D. Oh! Thank you! Man, let's go. Hey, you feeling it? If you're feeling it, go at him. If you're feeling it, go at him. Don't wait for me, baby boy. Just go. D, attack AG. That's 4 fouls. You don't want to play defense. Jack. You got him on your length. You have a good length. Oh! Trevor, though, yeah, I'll be a good game. Hey, good game. Good shooting, Penny. Good shooting, Dice. Hey, good job, baby boy. Let's go. Good job. Good defense. Good defense. Hey, D. Wait, turn on second half, B. Let's go.
105 left. Has seen their lead that got up to double digits disappear here in the third quarter. 4 great games here today, and they've all been great games for completely different reasons. And that's what I find most, like, completely different styles. This has been very much a chess match between two squads. We had a dogfight in the last matchup. First game of the day was a David versus Goliath, right? 1 versus 8. And then we had LBA coming up with a huge win. Isn't everybody?
And you've had multiple guys step up, like we mentioned. Danilo Djuricic just struggles, but we still have a 1-point ball game at the end of the day with another quarter left after Djuricic getting his rest. So, I mean, guys are stepping up, and that's what you. Woo! Inaki Alvarez on the right, left. That's what you need. That's what you need to win games. You can't just be the usual suspects, especially after the scouting reports are in over the last month.
And if St. Mike's could survive a game like this, then you have this Danilo Djuricic who is just absolutely starving into the next game to get it going. Aiden Warnholtz, after having an outstanding first half, has lost it in the third quarter. Chiba Tutu has it blocked away. Two-second difference, game clock, shot clock. Steal by Ayal. Nice pass. I thought that would have been tough to be finished in transition, but Mayers took care of it. The lead's back up to 3. Ooh. It could have been a carry there. 5 seconds to go. Kobe Lamb working off the screen. Kyle Duke, great head and shoulder fake. Jumper no good. CTA survives a third quarter that could have ended up a lot worse for them. They end up leading after 3 by 3. This fourth quarter is going to be exciting. Stay tuned.
Shovel pass, or the spoon feed. There's my guy, Luol Alcott. Hits a tough one in the mid-range. Once again for Luol Alcott. Nice pass. Luol Alcott emerging here as a top producer in this game. One-hander, pounds it. Jace Colley out of Nova Scotia.
Jace Colley, 2017.
Jace Colley rocking the rim. Live game action. We are in for a finish. 53-50 for Canada, top flight. Sam Rounds finds Danilo Djuricic. Djuricic still stuck with just 3 points on the night. If you would have told me that Danilo Djuricic would have 3 points as we entered the fourth quarter and St. Mike's would only be down by 3, I would have said you're crazy.
Yeah, we talked about it. You know, different guys stepping up, different defenses been thrown at on both teams. And, you know, a guy that you got to talk about is a fortunate call there. I didn't think there was any contact, but he'll take advantage of those free throws.
Muan Reese, that foul call. You know, we've talked about time and time again about tracking players' game talent.
Like Kyle Duke, Moonreath is a 2021 prospect, so he's got years and years before he gets on to the next level. And every time we see him, it looks like he just keeps adding, growing, adding a couple inches. He's now up to about 6'6", it looks, with about a 6'7", 6'8" wingspan. Could be the top prospect in the country for that age.
From downtown, Luale Cott, who led the way for CTA in the first half. Just cashed that in from range. Nigel Kumaminta back out. Oh, back-to-back money balls from Luale Cott. Those were needed for CTA.
Momentum in favor now of CTA. He's been an all-star for this squad. Here's Djuricic with the answer.
Djuricic, one-handed putback. Warnholtz back the other way. Tipped away by Djuricic. And caught. Back up top. Kumaminta. Nice move. Foul called on Atik Jalal.
Stepping onto the court, number 13,
Chupututu in for Jalal.
The winner here will take on Toronto Basketball Academy tomorrow at 5 p.m. And I think either way you slice it, it's going to be a great semifinal matchup. In the early game, we're going to have Central Tech, number 1 seed, against number 5.
6-point lead for CTA. Kobe Lamb finds Djuricic, loses it, gets it back. No foul call. Incidental contact. Alvarez inbounding. Head coach Jeff Zauner just had to walk away from that. And caught. Foul called. Chibatutu. Nope. Hand check on Kobe Lamb.
Foul number 22, Kobe Lamb is the second person.
St. Mike's individual foul trouble. Up top. Ayal from downtown. 3 big trifectas from CTA here early in the fourth quarter has been just what the doctor ordered.
And Alvarez, it doesn't matter which player you put on him defensively, he's doing it against athleticism, he's doing it against length. Alvarez has really been impressive so far. It's 1-6-2. We talked about what he can do off the dribble. A guy that's going to have a couple more years with St. Mike's. He can knock it down from outside with consistency. He can create for teammates, he can create for himself, but I think that, again, the biggest thing that makes him different on the floor is his confidence. And we're seeing that here late in the game. Guys need to step up He's been one of the guys that is definitely not disappointed. Iñaki Alvarez out of Spain.
And he was on the receiving end of an earful from his head coach, Jeff Zauner, who just implored him to wake up after a tough turnover there along the sideline, and St. Mike's showing some full court pressure. Warnholtz traveled. Again, this is what we're going to be seeing, a St. Mike's squad who's won 3 of the last 4 OFSA championships. CTA, still a first-year program. How do they handle the pressure of a game like this?
Let's see where you want to win.
That's the official having a little chat with Manel Ayal, who after earlier in the lockdown, Danilo Djuricic has now had to pull back the reins a little bit on the off-the-ball extracurricular activities. And as Warnholtz stepping in for the charge, Warnholtz has kind of went silent on the offensive end, but those type of intelligent basketball plays is what he can provide. 63-56 for the team from the nation's capital. Stay tuned, we'll be back after a little minute break. Iñaki Alvarez has been lighting it up from range, gets to the rim. Alvarez crosses over, gets the lane for 2 off the glass. Alvarez took his one-on-one to heart. Alvarez from the land beyond. Iñaki cashes. You're back to some live full court pressure from St. Mike's. After watching March Madness for the last 2 weeks, you wonder why any player would be throwing the ball into that corner. You've seen it time and time again on the full court press. That is a death triangle. And Iñaki Alvarez, I'm going to show my age. I'm going to call him a Beastie Boys, because they had a track called She's Crafty, and Iñaki Alvarez, he's crafty.
That's before my time, dude. Talking about dating yourself.
Hey, I warned people in advance I was going to do it. But all you kids out there, Google search Beastie Boys. Do yourself a favor. Tough inbounds pass off of CTA. I would say Canada Top Flight is lucky that it's early in the fourth where they're kind of having these issues, because if this was the final 2 minutes, it would not be looking good for them, but they have time to figure this out.
And we've seen them struggle against pressure earlier in the season. Here's Kobe Lamb. St. Mike's puts on the pressure, switching it up, making them think.
Kobe Lamb had 10 in the first half, been pretty quiet in the second half, but that was a big time shot. Good crowd here on a rainy Friday evening. A cut up top. Kaleem Sarazin, who's been pretty quiet in the second half, hasn't been able to get his shot from range to drop. But that's one guy right there who has been big. Luale Cott has somehow just found the shot from range, all happening here in the fourth quarter, and the timing couldn't have been better.
Big answer there. Kaleem Sarazin, their leading scorer at over 20 per game. Luale Cott not far behind at about 18 a game. He's stepped up here in the fourth quarter, and they need every bit of it. And St. Mike's, you better believe they're strapped for another run, no doubt, with or without Danilo in the game.
And it's just interesting that Akot really, I don't even think he'd attempted many shots from range, and here we are in the fourth quarter, has hit 3 big shots from downtown. Aiden Warnholtz finds Akot running off the screen. Akot working on Sam Routens, hands it back off to Warnholtz. Kobe Lamb gets right up in his shorts, picks up his dribble. Nice spin on the baseline. Jiricic and Shubatutu team up for the block. And back the other way, Kobe Lamb takes it at the hole. Shubatutu getting on the glass. CTA protecting this 5-point lead with some good transition defense. Foul call on Jiricic.
One thing with Jiricic is his defensive consistency. You know, he is struggling a little bit from offense in this game, but what he's been doing defensively, blocking shots, altering shots, he's a consistent presence. And that's something that Harvard will benefit from next season.
Just looking at Jiricic, just seems like he is seething beneath the surface right now. He's keeping it all in. That composure is very impressive. Especially, we see so many times it boiling over for players. I'm always impressed when someone can keep that below the surface and hopefully use it to his advantage going forward. At the line right now, Akot looking to push this up to a 7-point lead. Hits the second. He has really been solid under pressure here in the fourth, has Luale Cott.
Safe to say he's taken over the fourth quarter. He's been the man of the hour here. Still lots of basketball left to be played. 7-point game, and here comes the Jiricic. Nice fake, another fake. Beautiful move right there. That's one of those moves, Jay, that you know he practices on a regular basis. That looks like he's been working with Mike Meeks on that one from the national program.
It's a seasoned big man move, yep.
Definitely in sync right now, Jay.
It's taken us a couple games. Foul on Jiricic. Those are piling up for the big man.
Danilo Jiricic picking up his 4th personal foul.
And just when Jiricic was starting to get his flow on offense,
Stepping onto the court for the Blue Raiders. To the line shooting 2 from down under. Number 23, Manel Ayal.
Ayal at the line.
You get a towel with blood on the floor. Towel?
You can't teach hard, ever. We're here to kill.
Action, Ayal split a pair at the stripe. 6-point lead here for CTA. Nice move along the baseline. Kobe Lamb has really struggled finishing at the rim today. Not what we would normally see from Kobe Lamb. Still lots of time left in this game. It's been so tight throughout. Some nice passing from Canada Top Flight and a finish from Grady Kanku. This team is really on the same page, this CTA squad.
These guys come at you in waves, and it comes from all angles. There's been a lot of production at different moments of the game. You know, early on it was Aiden Warnholtz. Then Manel Ayol had a strong presence, then Grady Kanku stepped up, and right now it's Luol Lacotte.
Jeff Zauner, seeing an 8-point deficit, wastes no time. Brings back in his strong front line of Chiba Tutu and Jiricic. Both of them in foul trouble though. Jiricic with 4. One more foul and he'll be gone. And they're going to take it right at him. Kanku, one-handed putback. The lead is back up to 10. CTA feeling good right now.
That's not acceptable if you're St. Mike. Somebody's got to get a body. Easier said than done with Kanku, but that was an easy tip-in with no resistance there.
Timeout, head coach Jeff Zauner, he wants to talk it over. Stuck 10, St. Mike's on the ropes. Stay tuned. Try not to use this too often today, but Obad is looking oh good in the early going.
That's what happened, you make shit timeless.
That's deep 3. Marion Obad! Obad playing oh good.
That's what happened, you make shit timeless.
CTA is turning up the D with a 10-point leading to offense. Kaleem Sarazin with a big bucket pushing this lead up to 12. And another steal from CTA. Interesting passing play. And that's what's gonna get St. Mike's back to within striking distance. Getting foul calls, stopping the clock, and possibly even fouling out a couple of these key players. So there you go, starting point guard for CTA is now gone. A positive for Canada Top Flight. They got Nigel Kuma-Minta, who's also been a difference maker in this game, who will be able to step into that point guard role and do just fine. But they do give up a lot of size now. Kuma-Minta, you know, that's a 3-inch difference between himself.
But I think they also add an element of defense when you put Kuma-Minta on, because he's a guy that's gonna pressure up front. He can go full court and just eat into the shot clock on every possession.
3:41 to go. Iñaki Alvarez at the line. Alvarez has been money from the charity stripe. Hits them both. Still a double-digit lead for Canada Top Flight. They're facing some full court pressure right now. Got away with a dangerous pass. And a little old school finger roll from Grady Kanku, pushing it up to 12.
Yeah, the judge just thought about it and then thought twice. Left him for the lay-in. We were expecting a major dunk because Kanku definitely can get up there.
Jiricic called for the travel. It's been a tough game for the Harvard commit. Minta has it in the corner. Heads to the baseline, called for fouls, Kobe Lamb.
Still a lot of basketball, over 3 minutes to go. St. Mike's got to string together a couple possessions, but they haven't shown any signs of being able to slow down CTA offensively.
Been very impressed by the CTA coaching staff as well. No matter what's happened in this game, they've remained very calm, and the way that they communicate with their players is very calm. And you know that
I think they got a nice mixture, a nice balance between Blakely, and the rest of the coaching staff. They got a little good cop, bad cop action going on.
Kuma Minta working on Alvarez, forced to pick up his dribble. Some great defense from Alvarez. Get it to Ayal, working on Jiricic, pulls up. Well short. A 14-point lead for CTA. Tough pass to force the game in the third quarter. Picking up his fourth foul after a turnover right there. Grady Cancu at the line. After all the missed free throws, CTA are going to have an opportunity to put this game out of reach from the charity stripe if they can push it up to 15. Chiba Tutu. Sam Routens can't get the offensive rebound. Hits the ground. A cut. Gonna kill some clock. Gets to Ayal. Ayal called for the travel. Footwork, 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 kids. Often overlooked in the skill set.
And the window is closing for St. Mike's to make a run here, down 15, 2 minutes to go. Nice pass. No finish.
I was about to ask if still a goaltend, because there's been a couple of those that I've seen. That was the call there. Lead.
I
Trimmed down
would
to
say,
13.
Jason, that was an interesting call.
St. Mike's in the bonus. Nigel Kumaminta step into the line. It's the first. And the second. Just 2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. And barring an unbelievable comeback, the OFSA champs are going to lose their opening round game. Stuck 15 with just 1:44 left. Everything's got to come from range, and they're just off the mark. As Canada Top Flight Academy, as mentioned earlier, riding a 10-game NPA winning streak into this tournament, are going to extend that to an 11-game winning streak. Setting up some outstanding matchups in the second round.
And the magic number will be 13 for CTA to win their first and inaugural NPA National Championship. Next opponent will be Toronto Basketball Academy, who matches up pretty well with them from a size and athleticism standpoint. So that will be a track meet. You can expect that at 5 p.m.
Head coach Jeff Zauner pulling his off the floor as the OFSA champions couldn't reclaim the magic after a week off due to the March break. Just did not have it here today. Had a good run in them to get back into the lead in the third quarter, but CTA, much to their credit, weathered that storm and battled right back. For CTA, ready for a big-time matchup against Toronto Basketball Academy tomorrow at 5 p.m. And TBA was very businesslike in their game earlier. Two teams that seem like they're on great paths, but only one of them are going to be able to advance in the championship bracket. CTA showing their sportsmanship now. Had an opportunity to take that shot, decided not to. Saracen from range, no good. Aaron Blakely calling out no fouls. Standing ovation from the CTA bench. St. Mike's just runs out the clock. (82-69) the final. I want to say thank you again to the partners for the NPA Nationals, the University of Toronto Mississauga Eagles, Mississauga Hoops, the Health Institute, and On Point. 4 outstanding games here today. We start back up tomorrow with an exhibition at 9 a.m. Then we get back to our tournament at 11 a.m. It's GTA Prep versus BC Christian at 1 o'clock, Notre Dame. Meanwhile, in the championship bracket, Central Tech, the top seed, taking on Elbow Academy, will be taking on CTA, who you just watched beat St. Mike's, for both Tarek Sabet, Elias Sabet, and everybody associated with the NPA. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please check back in tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. We're back on with Drew Ebanks and Tarek Sabet.
Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide.
One and down!
Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide.
DeAndre Pierre!
Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide.
E-Man! E-Man!
Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide.